on cross was barely breathing. Outside a bar that forgot my name. Dust on my boots, blood on my memories. Still I whisper through the shame. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other. Every mile felt like judgment day. The devil knew my story, but heaven called me brother. When I let his holy name remain. No choir singing, no stained glass light, just broken men beneath cold stars, trying to survive the night. I speak Jesus over these empty bottles, over every chain I never could break. I speak Jesus through abandoned highways where hope disappeared without a trace. When no road opens, when every sign says lost, your name becomes the only compass. Your mercy pays what I could never cost. I speak Jesus to darkness, remembers it never wrong. My soul. Rusted trucks and cigarette smoke, old regrets beneath worn leather. Every scar became a sermon, every storm became surrender. Fear kept knocking, depression whispered, you're too far gone to come back home. But grace found me in a ghost town silence and refused to leave me alone. Chains keep falling, not because I'm strong, but because your voice has been stronger all along. In motel rooms, in prison hearts, in biker bars, in broken parts, your name still reaches where churches never go. I speak Jesus over midnight sorrow, over anxious hearts that forgot to pray. I speak Jesus where the road has vanished, making rivers through forgotten clay. No map before me, no light but yours. Still somehow every shattered mile leads me closer than before. I speak Jesus until these haunted highways become holy ground. Rain on the windshield, dust on my soul. One more mile where nobody goes. The radio's broken, the silence is loud. I'm chasing daylight through thunder clouds. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other. My shadow walks a little too close. Every wrong decision still echoes through these hollers, like ghosts that never left the road. When every sign says turn back now, when every bridge is burned away, there's still a whisper cutting through the dark. My child, I'm here, just stay. Jesus at the end of the road, standing where my strength let go. And I can't find another mile, you're already waiting there. Jesus at the end of the road, calling through the midnight smoke. Hope shines brighter than these headlights, leading me back home. Even here, even now, your mercy finds me somehow. No biker bar with a flickering cross, men hiding scars beneath denim and loss. No preacher's voice, just tired hearts searching heaven in the dark. Fear kept telling me, this is where you finish. Grace kept saying, this is where you start. Depression lost its language when your name filled the room. The chains around my spirit couldn't survive the truth. No perfect saints, just broken believers, finding freedom one breath at a time. If the highway ends, you'll make a way. If the night won't break, you'll become the day. If my hands still shake, I'll lift your name. If my faith feels weak, you'll stay the same. You never left, you never ran, you were waiting at the end of the road. Jesus at the end of the road, closer than the rising dawn. Every dead end turns to mercy when your footsteps lead me on. No more running, no more hiding, the miles behind don't own me now. Jesus at the end of the road was the home I was searching for all along. The engine fades, the silence stays. One last prayer beneath the stars. I came looking for another highway. I found Jesus. Three in the morning, nowhere to hide. An empty gas station beneath a bruised sky. Coffee gone cold, hands stained with regret. Still chasing ghosts I haven't outrun yet. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other. My prayer sounded worn and weak. I wasn't looking for heaven anymore, but somehow heaven came looking for me. heaven came looking for me. No church bells, no Sunday choir, just the sound of old ties on forgotten roads. Somewhere between my last mistake and my next breath, grace called my name. Where mercy found me wasn't inside cathedral walls. It was out where broken people learned to answer heaven's call. I spoke your name through fear and silence, through depression's endless rain. Every chain that held my soul began to lose its weight. Where mercy found me, nothing stayed the same. Nothing stayed the same. No. Back a bar with a neon cross, flickering red through cigarette smoke. Men with stories carved in their faces, still hoping grace could reach this place. No perfect prayers, no polished faith, just whispers carrying your name. And somehow that was enough. The road ran out, but hope did not. The darkness shouted, but your voice was stronger. I couldn't see tomorrow, yet you became the light I couldn't find. When every exit led back to pain, you became the road again. When every mirror spoke only shame, you answered me with my true name. Mercy wasn't waiting at the finish line and met me in the middle of the fight. Where mercy found me, where mercy found me. Where mercy found me was the place I feared the most, among abandoned dreams and hearts that still held hope. And now every mile becomes a testimony, every scar becomes a song. Your love reached farther than my failures ever could. Where mercy found me, I finally found home. Dust settles, morning breaks, the highway is still long, but I'm no longer walking it alone. Past the rusted water tower, past the fields where hope ran dry. There's a broken road that nobody follows, beneath an unforgiving sky. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other, miles of silence at my feet. Every wrong turn left another scar. Every heartbeat missed the beat. The county line disappeared behind me. So did the man I used to be. No city lights, no place to hide, only the sound of heaven calling across the night. There's a cross beyond the county line, standing where the lost souls drive. When every road says you've gone too far, your mercy says you've just arrived. I speak Jesus over fear and failure, over every chain I've carried this long. The road may end, but your love goes on. Like a bar behind me, a ghost town fading in the rain. Broken hearts around cheap whiskey, trying hard to drown the pain. No preacher stood beside us, no choir filled the air, only tired men whispering your name like the final honest prayer. Oh, depression drew a map with no way home, with no way home, with no way home. Fear built fences around my soul, but grace ignored every border and crossed them all. You make roads where dust remembers every tear I've cried. You light fires inside the darkness where hope refused to die. No county line can stop your mercy, no empty town can hide your voice. Every mile has always been another chance to choose. There's a cross beyond the county line, weathered by the wind and time. Oh, still it shines like rusted gold. Oh, against the blackest sky. I speak Jesus through the midnight thunder, through addiction, fear and shame. Every chain falls one by one at the sound of your name. Oh, morning breaks across the gravel road. The cross still stands, waiting for the next soul coming home. Jukebox quit somewhere after midnight. Smoke hung heavy in the air, and old bartender wiped another glass like he was polishing a prayer. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other. Leather jacket soaked by rain. I came to drown another memory. Instead I heard your name. No thunder rolled, no mountains moved, just a whisper breaking through. Everything I thought was true. Chains break quiet when I speak your name. Not with fire, not with fame, just mercy falling like midnight rain. One soft whisper, and nothing stays the same. Jesus, into my fear. Jesus, until the darkness disappears. The highway stretched beyond the county line, headlights cutting through the dust. Every mile carried old addictions, as every breath fought against the rust. Depression rode beside me like it owned the passenger seat, but hope kept showing up in places I never thought we'd meet. No crowd around me, no choir singing, just heaven meeting me in the silence. No spotlight, no applause, only grace doing what chains never could. Way after midnight, you made a way. When every exit led to shame, you stayed. Fear lost its grip, shame lost its voice. The devil shouted, but mercy spoke first. Spoke first. Chains break quiet, one link at a time. When heaven speaks into this life, every scar becomes a story. Every failure finds your glory. I speak Jesus over every shadow, over every empty mile. Chains don't always fall with thunder. Sometimes they simply can't hold on anymore. The engine starts, the sun begins to rise. The road hasn't changed. Who walked 1,000 failures down forgotten county roads. Every mile left another question, every sunset carried ghosts. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other. The wind remembers where I've been. dust still clings to every footprint, like the weight of former sins. The rearview mirror knows my story, but mercy writes a different ending. No choir singing, just gravel underneath my feet. No stained glass windows, only heaven meeting me. Out here, dust still knows my name, but it doesn't own my soul. Your mercy reaches farther than these endless roads. I speak Jesus over every memory, over every hidden scar. The past may know who I once was, but you know who I really are. Who I really are. An old back bar beside the highway, neon cross still fighting on. Broken men with tired eyes, trying hard to just hold on. Fear kept buying another round, grace kept sitting across the room, waiting patiently for me to look up. Depression carved just words in stone, but your promise outlived them all. The chains were loud until your whisper became louder. Waymaker when roads disappear, light bringer when midnight stays here. Peace speaker inside the noise, hope giver when I lose my voice. No abandoned town, no forgotten mouth can keep your love from finding mine. Dust still knows my name, still remembers every fall, but your grace is written something greater overall. Now every scar becomes a testimony, every tear becomes a song. I speak Jesus across these highways, and the darkness doesn't sound so strong anymore. So strong anymore. Morning settles on the old blacktop. The dust still rises, but now I'm walking toward the light. Heaven hit the highway, midnight rolling on worn out tires, blacktop shining after rain. Every mile carried over every heartbeat, oh my shame. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other, white lines disappearing slow. I kept driving toward the darkness with nowhere left to go. The radio found only static, the silence knew my name. No church doors, no Sunday lights, just an empty road stretching through the longest night. Then something changed. When heaven hit the highway, everything stood still. Mercy crossed the center line and met me where I lived. I spoke Jesus into the silence, over every fear I hear. The road stayed the same, but I didn't. When heaven hit the highway, hope outran the wind. No biker bar beneath a faded sign, neon cross still burning dim. Broken souls with weathered faces, singing hymns beneath their breath. Depression sat beside me like an uninvited friend, but grace walked through that swinging door and said, "This isn't where you end." No flashing lights, no miracle crowd, just one quiet whisper stronger than every voice inside my head. The chains didn't scream, they simply stopped holding on. Waymaker where maps give up, light in the valleys nobody talks about, peace in the noise, hope in the dust. You kept chasing me when I stopped chasing you. No county line, no midnight sky, can hide a heart from heaven's the darkness lost its confidence when your love arrived. I speak Jesus over broken memories, over every hidden scar. The road still winds through storm and sorrow, but now I know who's waiting where it leads. Sunrise breaks across the windshield, dust dances like golden fire. The highway goes on forever, so does your mercy. town where the paint keeps peeling, where the church bell hasn't rung in years. Broken windows, empty storefronts, every street remembers tears. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other. My boots drag through the dust. Every promise I had buried felt too broken now to trust. I came looking for another place to hide. Instead, mercy met me on the other side. Called me home. Your mercy called me home. The biker bar was almost closing. Neon cross still softly burned. Old men stared into their coffee like they hoped the years returned. Depression wore a familiar face. Shame knew my first name, but grace never asked where I'd been. It only asked, will you walk with me? No road signs, no easy answers, only footprints leading forward. No loud miracle, just a quiet heart learning to believe again. Light bringer, where defeat repeats. Chain breaker, in abandoned lives. Hope giver, when no hope survives. Your cross still stands beyond the smoke. Your voice still calls the ones everyone else forgot. The same old streets became the place where heaven rescued me. Now every scar points to redemption. Every mile carries your peace. The devil named this place with despair, but mercy had the final word. The sun rose slowly over broken rooftops. Nothing looked different, yet everything had changed. Because your grace reached here. To The dashboard clock read 3:13. Rain traced rivers on the glass. Exit signs kept fading by me, like memories I couldn't outrun. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other, a worn-out map upon the seat. Every mile felt like surrender, every breath another plea. The highway whispered, keep on running, but my soul could barely move. A roadside bar with broken windows, neon buzzing through the rain. Weathered faces hid old battles behind cheap whiskey and old pain. Depression was a familiar smile. Fear kept saying, stay a while. Then grace walked in without a sound, and every lie began to drown. No spotlight, no miracle crowd, just heaven meeting me on ordinary ground. No earthquake, no flashing signs, just peace breaking open a restless mind. Waymaker, where roads disappear, hope bringer when no one is near. Chain breaker, inside this hard light of heaven in the deepest dark. No exit sign can outrun grace, no forgotten town can hide your these highways, and every chain loses one more link. The engine hums, morning arrives. The road keeps winding far beyond the hill, but now I know the light was never waiting. At the end, it was traveling with me all along. faded sign beside the blacktop, buzzing through the pouring rain. One neon cross above a back bar, still calling out my name. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other, dust still clinging to my boots. I've been chasing every wrong direction, looking everywhere but truth. The night felt endless, the road felt cold, but something brighter refused to let me go. No stained glass colors, no cathedral song, just worn-out souls trying to believe they still belong. Beneath the neon cross, I laid my burdens down where fear had built its kingdom. Your mercy claimed the ground. I spoke Jesus over every shadow, over every hidden scar. The darkest road could never hide me from where you are. From where you are. Oh, motorcycles line the gravel, engines silent in the night. Broken men with weathered stories, searching for a different life. Depression whispered, nothing changes. Grace answered, watch me. The chains around my weary heart didn't shatter, they quietly released me. No thunder, no wildfire, only peace growing stronger than the storm. No perfect ending, just a father meeting his son on the roadside. Waymaker beyond the dead ends, light bringer when the road bends, hope giver inside the pain. Your love still calls me by my name. No ghost town, no sleepless night can keep your mercy out of sight. Beneath the neon cross, the darkness lost its claim. Every mile behind me could no longer speak with shame. Now every highway points to heaven, every sunrise tells your grace. I speak Jesus across these broken roads, and finally I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. The rain grows quiet, the neon still glows. One rusty cross, one faithful light, leading me home. Leading me home. Smoke hung low beneath the rafters, neon trembled in the rain. The jukebox played forgotten sorrow while I carried hidden shame. Bible in one hand, trouble in the other, dust beneath these heavy boots. I had worn these roads so often, they remembered every truth. The room was loud, but my soul had never felt so quiet. No stained glass glow, just tired hearts too worn to speak above a whisper. Then one name rose through the haze, his name through the smoke, cut deeper than the night. When I couldn't see tomorrow, he became the light. The smoke could hide the road before me, but never where he'd gone. But never where he'd gone. An old man leaned against the counter, eyes that carried countless miles. He simply nodded toward the doorway where a faded cross still shines. Depression filled the empty spaces, fear kept buying another round. But grace arrived without permission and turned the whole room around. No loud revival, no flashing signs, just heaven breathing life into dry bones. No perfect people, only mercy, finding broken ones again. Waymaker, beyond the haze, hope bringer through endless days, chain breaker when voices lie, peace speaker when hope runs dry. No smoke, no midnight storm can keep your love from reaching home. His name through the smoke echoed through my soul. Every chain that once defined me finally let me go. Now every mile becomes a promise, every sunrise speaks of grace. The darkness tried to drown the whisper, but your name still filled the place.